اللهم إنك عفو تحب العفو فاعف عنا. اللهم إنك عفو تحب العفو فاعف عنا. اللهم إنك عفو كريم تحب العفو فاعف عنا. اللهم إنا نسألك الهدى والتقى والعفاف والغنى. اللهم أسعدنا بتقواك واجعلنا نخشاك كأننا نراك. اللهم آت نفوسنا تقواها وزكها أنت خير من زكاها أنت وليها ومولاها. اللهم إنا نسألك خشيتك في الغيب والشهادة وكلمة الحق في الغضب والرضا.
Hello everyone, welcome to Spice 24. My name is Safia Umar, as usual your guest. But today on Spice 24, it's not business as usual. Today we're not talking classy, we're not talking fashion, we're not talking style. This is in solidarity to the demise of one of our own, that's Bilyaminu, a son to the former chairman of PDP and a former minister of defense of Nigeria. On the issue today, we'll be discussing social media, its positivity and of course negativity and effects on the lives of people. And that's why we have with us in the house brilliant and beautiful, intelligent minds that will be discussing on this topic today. In the house we have Abdulkader Kabir, who is a media content creator, and we have Mubarak Yaya Abakar. He's an architect and a media consultant, and of course we have in the house with us a beautiful and on-air personality, I should say, Khadija Yakubu. Please welcome to the show this beautiful minds so we can have this discuss on. Welcome guys, and thank you for joining us on the program today.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, I know Khadija is going to be one person now say, oh my god, why is Sophia not smiling today? But seriously Khadija, yo baranam daria bani samsam. The news of Bilya's demise came to me as a shock, and I was so surprised. I was just imagining, I was wondering, how can someone actually kill someone you call a husband? So it's actually influenced our topic for today, and that's why we're going to be talking social media. And if you don't mind, I would like to start with Abdulkader Kabir. What is actually your take on this issue? We're actually looking at what could be the possible reasons for a wife to stab her husband.
Well, before I delve into that, I can say that there is no justification for murder.
Sure.
Religiously, socially, legally, or otherwise. We try to live under a set fixed code. We have our norms, we have our values, but we are all created differently. And people have various reasons for justifications about what they do or why they do them. So, based on experience, when it comes to marital issues, it's a very, very complicated thing. There are no absolute blacks or whites. It's a gray area. And crimes of passion are usually the result of a domestic life that has no amount of bliss in it. So I feel that whatever happened, whatever her reasons were, I feel they were wrong.
Madam Mubarak, what's your take on this?
I feel the same thing. I feel her reasons are wrong, and there is nothing that a man will do for you to throw away your life to do such a thing. You have to have a life, you have to have purpose, you have to have goals, you have to have a reason why you're here, and throwing all that away because of infidelity or anything, it's not a reason, it's not a justified motive for you to commit such a crime. I think it's totally wrong. And
in as much as we're not actually accepting infidelity as a yardstick, we're not saying it's okay to have issues of unfaithfulness in marriages as well, but then it shouldn't be a yardstick for anyone to have a soul taken.
Sure. I think what she did was barbaric. It's really not acceptable. There's no way.
It shouldn't be acceptable.
Yes, she shouldn't go that way. Moreover, she's his wife. There's a way she can actually speak to him as a wife to get to know what or solve the problem if they have any issues together. But if she can go that wild and violent, I think it's not an attitude or behavior that should be accepted by any person, irrespective of a religion or social class.
Okay, now, in as much as we know it is not reason, it's not justifiable for anyone to take a soul just because of some other reasons. Yes, we know. But then we're actually looking at the possible causes, because we're trying to relate this to social media. Could it be that somehow, somewhere, we could we're trying to look at what possible causes, reasons do you think she might have had to make such an offense, to create such an offense? In as much as we are not trying to justify any reasons for her to commit murder, but then we're actually looking at what possible causes. Could it be as a result of too many movies? Could it be as a result of reading too many books? Could it be as a result of the kind of things we see today on social media? Or what do we think? We need to hear the different opinions and views of people what we actually think could have been the reason why Mariam Sanda actually did what she did.
Well, I think before you bring social media into the mix, I think it has to do with the nature of a person.
Okay.
I believe there are, just like there are domestic animals and wild animals, I feel there are wild and domestic people.
Okay.
And some people are not meant to be tamed, in the sense that they are not meant to live in domestic bliss. They want to be free, they want to do whatever they want. And when you take someone like that and you put them in a marriage, it's like a caged animal, and there is nothing more violent than a cornered animal.
Very true.
And it just takes some time before that nature comes up. When it comes to social media, when we didn't have social media, there was no room for ease of infidelity.
True. Yeah.
Yes.
Very true.
But social media has made infidelity extremely easy and has made people susceptible. Because I feel, even regardless, there is a code in life. Men are supposed to live by it. Women are supposed to live by it. If you're a married man, you're supposed to have respect for yourself. And you're supposed to understand that whatever you do doesn't affect only you. Because you're living for two people. If you have a wife, or you're living for, maybe if you have children, you're living for them. And whatever you do reflects on that person. And it has a ripple effect. So as a man, you don't respect yourself. You're engaging in extramarital affairs. Whatever your reasons are, they're inconsequential. Marital affairs are wrong. But like I said, when it comes to crimes of passion, even an affair is a crime of passion.
Yeah, an affair is a crime of passion, because you're going to be hurting somebody in the midst.
Yeah, it's not only when you kill someone or you attack someone. An affair is a crime of passion, and the heart is a very weak thing. Even if you can justify yourself, my wife is not giving me what I want, she's not being caring and whatsoever, there are more matured ways to deal with it. You don't want to live, life is simple, we tend to complicate it. You don't want to live with someone, get a divorce. You don't love someone, tell them. I think it would be easier than coming together and wasting each other's time.
Trying to put everything in you. And then it gets to a point that you can't take it anymore, then you explode.
And when it comes to women, like I said, they have become more susceptible when it comes to social media. Like I said, when I was growing up, we had a code. Married women are off limits. Like, I don't know.
I don't think it's same now.
I doubt that.
I don't know what society has turned into, that it's a token of pride for a young guy
to be with a married woman.
To be with a married woman. Which is disturbing, because I don't know what our children are going to come and meet in this society where nothing is sacred anymore. So
nothing is sacred anymore.
I feel if a woman is going to be faithful to you, nothing on earth will make her unfaithful. Nothing. You can be the worst husband in the world.
So it's a thing of a mind.
So it's a mindset.
It's actually a personal thing.
It's a mindset. And if a woman wants to cheat on you, if you like lock her in the highest tower, she will still cheat on you. So it's not about social media. It's about people being people. I don't think social media is to blame about infidelity or propagation of infidelity or propagation of extramarital affair. I just think it's people being people, and that is the unfortunate thing in this situation.
Mubarak, what's your take on this?
I basically think, like you said, movies and stuff like that, and they tend to like infuse a mindset in us that makes us do things that we tend to see and we think we can get away with it.
And you just sometimes movies make you feel like this is alright to do.
This is alright to do, this is comfortable, this is okay. But they are not. There are things we see, how to get away with murder, how to do this, how to do this, women killing their husbands and stuff like that, women beating their husbands and stuff like that. All those things, we see them and then they tend to be a part of us, and now the society we're in is, I have to say this, the end is near. We tend to see things we do now. Exactly. The end is near. Things people do now are scary. And these things have actually been happening for a long while, but now we get to know because it's coming out from an elite family. Women have been killing their husbands, husbands have been murdering their wives in the low class, in the villages, and people don't care about it. But now it's happening in an elite family and it's coming out there and people are knowing about it. At least maybe now there's an awareness and there's a way we could probably tame it or try to help.
Mubarak, in as much as I want to disagree with you, I just believe even if it's been happening in the elite family, I think this is the first time we're actually having this kind of
fearless mother.
Thank you. That's the word. That's the
word.
Fearless.
They're smarter. They're smarter. They're smarter. She has an education. She has watched a lot of movies. She knows how to go about it.
You know, the truth is, we actually condemn what she has done, and as far as I'm concerned, in my own opinion, I feel the civilization that we are in now and the social media actually contributed to this, because it's a thing of a pride for ladies to see herself like someone who's been civilized or have actually schooled abroad. I have certain knowledge and I can do this and go away with it. You understand? So all those kind of things we get, maybe those are the kind of knowledge we didn't get when we were growing up or what our fathers didn't get. But now the civilization is becoming something else. Instead of it to be humanly civilized and become modest, you become violent. We watch things on films, on movies, Hollywood films, vampire movies, and you understand those kind of things. And secondly, I feel there's this influence of drugs, and this could actually be something like a psychological problem. As far as I understand, I go with what he said about as in a mindset, and it has to be maybe some people are wild and some are domesticated. You get, but still there are other influences, other environmental influence. She's actually maybe has gotten some kind of, just like what Mubarak said, she has actually gone maybe watched a movie.
Dose of movies,
you understand?
And feel I can do it.
She can, or maybe she wanted to practicalize something. Because number one, and secondly, as she's a woman, we can't take jealousy out of from a lady. Women are actually very jealous when it comes to this stage, but she took it so far, and I don't know where she got the idea that will actually solve the problem. You understand? Killing the guy it has never solved the problem.
And again, this whole misinterpretation of feminism, of being, whether it's knowing your rights or
I think
or being equal to a man, has made women now think that before women will actually, this kind of things happen and they actually like, okay, I'm going to be patient, they handle it more. Now they think they're equal, they can just challenge the man, fight the man and get their justice themselves. You know, it's wrong. Before we grew up, our parents had gone through a lot. Our mothers were beaten in the house. In our present, you understand, it has never been a problem.
And they stayed.
The
mothers stayed. They only go at the end of the situation. They go back to the fathers and beg them for forgiveness, even after beating them. That is how I feel a woman should always be submissive at all costs. You shouldn't be feeling you have this power over a man, maybe because he is the quiet type, just like he said. Maybe he's the domesticated human being, and that's why you're the wild person. And you want to show that dominating spirit. You understand? So I think. We actually left our tradition. We're moving with the modern world, and it's driving us really crazy.
Yes, that's true. Personally, I think that women have actually misunderstood what it means to be submissive and what it means by demanding your rights. We're not saying you should stay in your husband's house if he's beating you, couldn't see how make you do or anything. No. But you need to be submissive. Just because you're a career woman, you go out, you work, you think, okay, now I could national that you can actually fend, I can fend for myself. It doesn't make anything. If we even go by religious standards, Islam actually says the woman should be submissive at all costs, and whatever it is. And then me, personally, in my own opinions, I think if Mariam hasn't gone through her husband's phone, like it was said from the news, God, that it was as a result of the text message she read from her husband's phone, which was reading infidelity, blah 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 blah. That's why she did what she did. So personally, I think that because you're looking at yourself, you're educated, you have the right to know what your husband is doing. You understand? You have the right to see what is who is talking with on phone, and you're scrolling through his phone and you see that shit. Look far. I don't know how it is, but the truth of the matter is 70% of times that you go through your spouse's phone looking for something,
you get to see that thing. You get to see that thing. Sure.
So in my own opinion, I was like, if she hadn't gone through his phone, she probably wouldn't have seen anything, and she probably would have gotten to that extent where she's going to go out of her way and get the rage of anger and do what she did.
And you know something? It's high time for we ladies to understand the fact that men are polygamous in nature. Even in our religion, the Islam religion, have actually given the men rights to actually add more than one wife. You understand? If that is in your heart, I think you should be happy that your husband actually wants to even get another wife to the house. You understand? If you get that, because if you have that in your heart, you won't have this breaking ish. You understand?
Because I have to believe she was not his first wife, was she?
No, she wasn't. From the news we got, they say she wasn't the first wife. So practically that means when she was dating the guy?
Yes, she was actually a mistress.
Good.
And secondly, she should understand that she's a mother. And we are coming to a stage in this world where women are becoming more populated, as in the world is becoming more populated with women than men. You get? So true. Definitely there will be a stage where a man has to be with more than a wife. And maybe I think she'll have just a baby girl.
Yeah, just a baby girl.
She has not thought of the fact that one day her daughter could actually be the second wife of another man. So I think
she thought of all that.
If the man is actually going up, as in she actually felt the man is being unfaithful to the marriage, she should assume he's trying to get another wife. And accept that, because that is what the religion has actually ordained.
Because the truth of the matter is, if the first wife has actually killed him, she wouldn't have married him. Because we heard that he was still with his first wife while he was dating her. And she was actually instrumental, from what the comments and everything that kept going on the social media, that she was instrumental to him divorcing his first wife before he could marry her.
Sorry, what happened to divorce now? As in, you can simply leave the marriage. Why do you have to kill somebody and ruin a lot of lives? You ruin your parents' life, you ruin the kids' life,
you ruin and all that.
His parents' lives, everybody's lives.
Mubarak, you know what happened? After when the incident happened yesterday, my husband got a call, and then the first question someone asked my husband, I could hear them over the phone, was like, so you know the stigma she's placed on her family already. Exactly. People are asking questions. So
where is she from?
Where is she from? So some people are looking at tarbiyah, the discipline that comes with it and all that. So now tell me, for the love of Bello Haliru alone, people who are actually doing businesses with her father before now will cease to do businesses with him. Yeah. Not because of anything, because the daughter has actually committed a heinous crime. So you get those kind of things. You don't even think of the stigma that comes with this kind of thing. So what you guys think about the discipline? Does it really have to be with tarbiyah?
Before you get to the discipline, I think there's this issue which is particular to women. Like you said, issue like kishi.
Yeah.
Kishi makes women do really stupid things.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whenever a woman is faced with the prospect that her husband is interested in another woman, maybe I'm a man, I don't get how women think, but I feel like a woman should try her possible best to keep her husband's attention on her self.
Yeah.
Maybe this girl or woman, she should have asked herself, what was she doing
Wrong.
not
Wrong.
right,
Okay.
or what was she not doing enough
Yeah.
that prompted her husband to
To
go
go
after
out to
another
somebody
woman.
else.
Yes. And then if she found out, she could he's her husband, she could sit him down. What me karasa?
Yeah.
Da har za ka nemi
What
wata
would
mace.
you? Yeah.
Yeah.
Skia.
And they can have a matured conversation.
And they can work out things.
Often women, we have this problem where we try our possible best to avoid conflict with our wives. Because whenever a marriage ends, it is automatically assumed it is the husband's
It's
fault.
fault.
And sometimes women take that brunt because this is our society, especially the North, doesn't judge men and women equally.
No,
There's something as a man that I can do.
and get away with.
Yeah, I can be a drunk.
Yeah.
I can chase women left and right. I can do all of that, but I will get married again.
And you'll be judged
Yeah.
for it.
You will
Yeah.
be judged for it.
But a woman whose marriage ends as a result of infidelity, if word goes out that an sake ta saboda tana bin wani a waje, no man in his right mind is going to
Get
marry
married.
her.
Yeah.
That's the end of it.
Yeah, that was
So
good for her.
that is just it. So there is a weighing of options, and I feel men are simple creatures.
Yeah.
It takes very, very little to make us complacent. But I feel like Mubarak was saying the issue of feminism, woman power,
Yes.
and all,
You're going woman power. Secretary siyasa.
yeah, and all of that.
Yeah.
No, I think
Gender
that
equality.
Gender
mindset.
equality.
They have a wrong perception
Yeah,
about that.
that
Yeah.
mindset.
I think more awareness should be created.
Yes.
Maybe I think a campaign, I think awareness.
They have a wrong
There's
perception
a
about
difference
that.
between gender equality and being submissive.
No,
Yeah.
you see, there's another issue which I don't think is appropriate to discuss here that make women think that Mazabas is about.
What's that?
Most especially in the North.
Okay.
The way men chase after women. Like, let's bring back social media.
Okay.
You will see a girl who is probably plain looking,
Yeah.
will have hundreds and thousands of followers. Men sending her hundreds of DMs every day.
Yeah.
This girl is probably someone you will not look at twice. But the fact that social media has made her think that every single man in the world wants her,
Wants her. Yeah.
it sets this mindset that she can have any man she wants, she can do anything she wants. Hence, Namiji Biksa.
Yeah.
Okay.
You see?
Or maybe she has somebody better than that.
Yes.
She has them. She
If
has
she
them
has
in
a lot of DMs
a lot of
every
them.
day.
Yeah.
A lot of them, and stage by stage,
Stage.
according to their maybe money, status,
Of
Yeah.
course,
all
that
that.
right.
And then let
So,
us face it. It's unfortunate. It's highly unfortunate. But abinda ‘yan matan arewa suke yi saboda kuɗi. Yanda ba shi ke cewa ne abin kare ma ba zai ci ba.
Oh, I was
That's-
like, that's really
it's very
terrible.
disgusting.
Yeah.
Disgusting.
So you see, that changes the mindset. She's on social media. Ko kuma wani, you can sit with a normal girl in a day. She can get 100 calls from unknown. I want to samu number. I want.
Yeah.
You see that thing, and
Makes her like have this.
That she can do better.
Ego,
That
you
kind of
understand,
feeling
like,
that she
when
can
they
do
got
better.
So many people
Yeah.
telling you it's
Yeah.
normal for a girl
And-
to be
and
compliment.
then
That compliment makes
the
her
desperation of Mazan Arewa.
Okay, when you say
a
desperation.
beautiful girl.
do you mean?
Yes, when namijin Arewa ya gama ci. Akwai matsala.
Cool.
Babba.
Wow.
That he is willing to do anything to get her.
Right.
Not married. We are not talking about marriage.
Marriage is usually the last
Yeah.
thing to come.
Yeah, when he is willing to spend millions just to get what he wants.
Okay.
And how is that girl going to? He's probably her father's age mate.
Mm.
How is that girl going to value a man on any basis other than money?
Yes, she won't.
Yeah, she won't.
She won't.
And that anyone that is actually ready to spend such like huge amounts of money on a girl, we definitely have to be her father's. Okay, the young guys started.
When have they started, or when did they get that money?
Throw those kind of monies
So
around.
you see, this girl is used to hanging out with her father's age mates.
Mates.
You as a young guy, looking for marriage, when will she have time for you?
No, there can't be
When
time.
will she see
And
you
she'll
with
feel
that
like
respect?
she's more powerful than you.
Yeah, so we are talking of issue of respect. So
Oh.
that ego, that feeling, usually when you marry a girl, it's not everyone. Everyone is bred differently. When you get
Yeah.
married to a girl and she has the feeling that you are interested in another woman, instead of her to do what she's supposed to do,
To get
get
back your
your
attention.
attention.
Back.
some, like this one, should kill the husband.
Yeah.
Some will say they won't stay. And some will say they will get back at you by cheating.
cheating.
Same way, yeah.
Oh.
The same way
And
you hurt me.
like I said, that's the standard. If a woman does that in a marriage, she's probably the worst person ever. I'm not saying this is
No,
not
that's
opinion.
society.
That's the
That's
society's
yeah.
opinion. You as a man, you can go after any woman you want.
Yeah, sure.
Highest.
Yes, yeah.
So the thing is, I think women should be more concerned about how to keep their men at home
Yes.
than being engaged in battle of the sexes.
Being engaged in
In as
who
much
is
as I agree
talking
with
with,
you,
who is
I
chatting
also
with.
have something to say. You see, most of the men, I'm a woman.
Mm.
You get, I'm speaking in my own opinion. Like, we know how much we try to keep our husbands at home. You understand? Some men, you can't just please them. You get, you do all it takes to make sure they are at home, or they don't do that, but they still do it. No matter how much you try. So the only saving grace you have is to have this fear of God and the fact that my man is actually entitled to more than a wife.
Okay, yeah.
That could actually console you and calm that anger and jealousy that is in your heart as a woman. Because it's not all men that actually are flexible. Some men are very complex. Some men are very hard to do with. You get? So I think that's the only thing we need. We need that fear of God.
The earlier we actually accept the fact you are, okay, he is my husband, but he's entitled to marry more
The
than
better for us.
I think it's going to make a lot of things easier.
Yes.
Cheating
agree
will just
with
have
you.
to be in a very, very respectful
Yeah,
way.
but there's something. I'm a man.
Yes.
I hang out with a lot of men, and I know. I would like to say I'm confident. I know how men think. For example, idan Bahaushe ya aure kabila.
Yeah.
There's someone I know who in Kano who got married to, I think, a Bendelite. This woman, I think, has been dead for years. Yakasa Karaori.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah.
Reason?
Because in his opinion, no woman can ever meet up to her standards.
Okay.
Okay.
There's another thing. There's this story, who I'm not going to mention names. There's
No
this
problem.
very, very popular man in Quarry Market who had 3 wives,
Okay.
3 Hausa wives. He married an 18-year-old Shua Arab girl. In 3 months, he sacked all those 3 wives. His
Okay.
reasoning was
Yes. His
that,
reasons.
in his words, not mine, that Bisenda Pampong Ashana Ike Zamaba.
Oh my God.
You get it? So, you see, the thing is, when it comes to northerners, we have the highest rate of divorce
Yeah.
in
Well, that is
any
true.
Muslim society in the world. But the reason is, number one,
Yeah.
maza muna da ruwan ido. Muna da
Yes.
serious ruwan ido. Yeah, and the problem with ruwan ido, shi yanzu malam Bahaushe ta karkari burinsa ya za a yi ya ƙara aure.
Yeah.
That is our only aim in life.
Yeah.
Although I won't call myself, I'm Fulani, but I live in the north, so I will identify.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. That is his only. Wani kuma aure saki.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the reason why most marriages fail nowadays is because both the men and the women have become too selfish to accommodate each other.
Each other.
Okay.
Everyone wants to do what they want, and they want the other person to be okay with
Wow,
it.
we're about compromise.
No
No
compromise.
compromise.
And actually,
it
compromise is
can
actually
work.
one of the yardstick for you to have a successful marriage.
Exactly. So at the end of the day, the woman is not ready to do what is necessary to keep her man. And like you said, there are more women than men out there.
Yeah, sure.
And the man thinks he has options. and we have very fragile egos. Men.
They can easily bruised.
Yeah.
Was I here?
Inda aka wani matsayin da muka kai tu ina muka je. Kamar abin wasa ne a hannun mace duk namiji.
Yeah.
You are like a plaything. And macen da ta san yadda za ta juya ka.
Yeah.
Sai ai ta faɗa da kai a ce ai ta mallake ka.
You're in trouble.
Amma, because let's put this blunt, we're all adults here.
Yeah.
It only takes two things to keep a man. While I agree with you, I don't agree with you that whatever you do for a man, it won't be enough. Only two
But
things.
they're actually very complex, man.
Only two
Mazam,
things.
like she said, mu muke zaune da su.
I understand.
There are actually some very complex men. They are not flexible. You can't
But
bend
still
them.
haven't
No
like
matter
that.
what you
There's
do.
just that button you still haven't
No,
found. Seriously.
Like
yeah,
I said,
but
no,
no matter
the
what
thing
you
is,
do, you just
those
can't pass them.
those are the exceptions to the rule. But generally,
Yes. Yeah.
Generally.
Let's see generally.
most men are influenced by two things. Usually starts on that much. Good food, good sex.
Yeah.
Those two things, idan mace na mijinta,
An gama.
an gama komai.
So,
Generally, I'm sure.
good food and good sex is
90%.
actually the most important things
Yes.
you should keep in your
Yes.
marriage. Okay, viewers,
90%.
let me Yankee so we can just take a quick break. Viewers, the program is still Spice 24, and if you're just joining us, we have been discussing on social media, we've been discussing in solidarity to Bilyaminu's demise, and then we've been talking a lot of things. We've been looking at the possible reasons why she should have done, why she did what she did. We talked about discipline, that is tarbiyah. We talked about reasons why you shouldn't even think of infidelity in the first place. And then Mala Abdul Kabir just said there are two major important things in marriage: good food and good sex. We're going to take a short break now, and we'll come back. We'll be picking up from where we stopped. Thank you.
اللهم إنك عفو تحب العفو فاعف عنا اللهم إنك عفو تحب العفو فاعف عنا اللهم إنك عفو كريم تحب العفو فاعف عنا اللهم إنا نسألك الهدى والتقى والعفاف والغنى اللهم أسعدنا بتقواك واجعلنا نخشاك كأننا نراك اللهم آت نفوسنا تقواها وزكها أنت خير من زكاها أنت وليها ومولاها اللهم إنا نسألك خشيتك في الغيب والشهادة وكلمة الحق في الغضب والرضا.
Welcome back, viewers. We're still on the program Spice 24, and then because we're running out of time, we're just going to be rounding up with our guest in the house and the issue we are discussing on today, which is social media. And then, of course, we told you in solidarity with the demise of Bilyaminu. And so now I'm just going to be asking my guest the final opinion and views and recapping this whole thing about why women do what they do. Reasons, is it actually worth it, is it not worth it, what are the measures we could actually take in order to prevent this kind of things, because anyone can actually be a victim in as much as we're not justifying the actions of Mariam Sanda. We're actually trying to, we'll also give her a benefit of that by letting us in her shoes. That's what's called empathy, letting her in our shoes and see what could be the possible reasons why she did what she did, and then if there are reasons to why she did what she did, what could have been the possible measures that she should have taken, and then it wouldn't have landed her in this whole mess. Today Mariam is a world celebrity just because of a very ugly act, a stigma that's going to be on her, it's going to be on her daughter, it's going to be on her family. Like before we went on a break, we were talking about how somebody called and was trying to confirm Chewa, who is even her father, daga ina ta fito da yar wace gida ne and all that, you know, as a stigma that goes around her. It's not just Mariam, her family is going to be involved, the child she gave birth to is going to be involved. When tomorrow comes and the baby is ready to get married, nobody wants to marry a child of a killer, you know. And even it's something she will have to live with it for the rest of her life. I'm not even sure she was able to sleep all through yesterday, because personally to me, I don't even think I will sleep for the rest of my life. That's the honest truth. So we're just going to be looking at all these. We just recap and let's have the final opinion and views on this. So welcome back, my guest. And so now, like I said, we're just going to have a recap on what we've discussed already, looking at the possibility, the reasons why she did what she did, and the measures she should have taken, and maybe this whole thing wouldn't have happened. And then I remember before we went on break, you made mention of food and sex, and then the way people think, the way the ladies of nowadays think is actually different from what happened before. Our fathers actually, like Madam Akija was trying to talk about how a northern Ariwa woman wants to see his wife all covered, this and all that. He was, and then I remember what Abdul Kadir said. He said it's not the same with today. That might have happened with our fathers, but the northern Ariwa men of today actually wants you to be that typical slave woman in his home, and not the way we grow up seeing our fathers and our parents do. So I would just like the audience to quickly hear from you individually your takes on this.
Well, to quickly wrap things up, good men should be good to their wives, and good women should be good to their husbands.
Okay.
And once you feel you're not happy for the divorce, bad really.
Malam Mubarak, sorry.
I think purpose, we should know what we're here for. Rashin karatun addini da rashin ilimi da ya kamata. Because you lose your purpose and what you're here for, that you're ready to throw away everything for what you want, for son zuciya, which is wrong. Which I think this is what we should look into. That ana samu ilimin addini da ya kamata, ilimi na boko da ya kamata, da sanin da ya kamata, knowing why you're here and what you're here for. Because we're losing that, to be honest.
Well, I would say women should stay away from bad jealousy. How's not job kish? Whatever the case is, you're married to your husband, you've taken all the vows, you should stay with him Allah, between you and your God, and in accordance to the religion and humanity. It's good to be jealous of what you love, but the fact that it can ruin your life and ruin the life of people around you is not acceptable. So we should try to take it slow with our jealousy, ladies.
Yeah. Thank you guys. Thank you very much for being part of the show. I know this conversation has actually been very impactful and helpful on our viewers out there. I thank you so much for being part of the show. I really appreciate your being here.
You're welcome.
Abdul Kadir Kabiru is a media content creator, and then Mubarak is a media consultant and
Builder.
A builder, an architect, and of course everybody knows Khadija. Khadija is our beautiful on-air personality for the program. Too many programs on Tozali TV, I'm sure. Okay, viewers, and this is where we draw in the curtains for today's program. It's been Spice 24. Please don't forget to subscribe to our channel on YouTube, follow us on Instagram, and like our page on Facebook. I still remain your host, Safiya Umar. Until next week, stay blessed.
اللهم إنك عفو تحب العفو فاعف عنا اللهم إنك عفو تحب العفو فاعف عنا اللهم إنك عفو كريم تحب العفو فاعف عنا اللهم إنا نسألك الهدى والتقى والعفاف والغنى اللهم أسعدنا بتقواك واجعلنا نخشاك كأننا نراك اللهم آت نفوسنا تقواها وزكها أنت خير من زكاها أنت وليها ومولاها اللهم إنا نسألك خشيتك في الغيب والشهادة وكلمة الحق في الغضب والرضا